Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn Vietnamese with Jane. In today's lesson, we are gonna learn how to translate from English to Vietnamese. So let's look at some tips on how to translate from English to Vietnamese correctly. Rule number 1. I think you already know. So in Vietnamese, we have a more than you and I. It depends on the gender and age of the person that you are talking to. For example, when you say thank you, when you talk to a female around your age, you say cảm ơn chị. But when you talk to a male around your age, you will say cảm ơn anh. So you need to watch the video pronouns pairs to learn more about how to use Vietnamese pronouns appropriately. Now, tips number 2. Usually, the time phrase that you use will go at the beginning of a sentence. For example, when you would like to say, I'm working from home tomorrow, you will say, ngày mai anh làm việc ở nhà. So you can see tomorrow. In the first sentence in English, you say, I'm working from home tomorrow. So tomorrow is at the end of your sentence. But when you translate it into Vietnamese, you will say the time phrase first. Ngày mai anh làm việc ở nhà. When you translate something into Vietnamese, the object will go first, and then the description of the object will go after. Now, for example, in English, you say blue shirt, blue shirt. So you can see that the color go first and the shirt go after. But in Vietnamese, you will say shirt blue. So áo sơ mi xanh. Áo sơ mi means shirt, xanh means blue. So in English, blue shirt, in Vietnamese, shirt blue or áo sơ mi xanh. Or for example, grilled chicken. When you translate it into Vietnamese, you will say chicken grill, gà nướng. So chicken go first and grill go after, gà nướng. Or for example, English name. When you translate it into Vietnamese, it becomes name English, tên tiếng Anh. Or for example, plane ticket. So you have a train ticket, plane ticket, or bus ticket, or any show ticket, for example. So ticket is the main thing here. So when you translate it into Vietnamese, it goes first. So you say vé máy bay. So vé means ticket, máy bay means plane. Vé máy bay means plane ticket. Now, tip number 4. Verbs can go together without any preposition in between. For example, in English, you say, I want to ask her about something. In Vietnamese, you say, I want to ask her about something, which means, tôi muốn hỏi cô ấy về blah. So you can see that between the verb muốn and the verb hỏi, there's nothing in between. Tôi muốn hỏi cô ấy về something. Now, tip number 5. You can use adjective as the way that you use a verb. For example, in English, you say, I'm hungry. But in Vietnamese, you say, I hungry. So there is no to be in between. You say, I hungry. Tôi đói. Now you can see the negative form of it. In English, you say, I'm not hungry. But in Vietnamese, it will become, I not hungry. Tôi không đói. Now, tips number 6. When you say a statement and then you add the word phải không at the end, it becomes a question. For example, in English, you say, are you a student? In Vietnamese, you say, you are student, phải không? Bạn là sinh viên, phải không? Or for example, do you work at KPMG? When you would like to say it in Vietnamese, you say, you work at KPMG, phải không? Anh làm việc ở KPMG, phải không? Now, tip number 7. In English, you say 5 chickens. In Vietnamese, you will say 5 con gà. So 5 means 5, gà means chicken. So between 5 and chicken, you need an article in between. So in this situation, the word con is the article that go with chickens. So this structure, you need to learn about article to know how to translate it into Vietnamese. Or for example, in English, you say 1 pen. In Vietnamese, you say một cây viết. So một means 1, viết means pen, and cây is the article that you use with the word pen. Or for example, in English, you say 3 pairs of shoes. In Vietnamese, it will be 3 đôi giày. So 3 means 3, đôi means pairs, giày means shoes. 3 đôi giày. Now, tips number 8. When you talk about some things generally, you don't use article. For example, you say, I'm going to buy some books. So usually when you translate into Vietnamese, you need article before the word books. But when you talk about books generally, you won't use it. So in Vietnamese, when you translate this sentence, I'm going to buy some books, you will say, tôi đang đi mua sách. So the word sách without the article. You don't say, tôi đang đi mua những cuốn sách. So if you say, tôi đang đi mua những cuốn sách, it sounds unnatural and it's incorrect. You have to say, tôi đang đi mua sách, without the article cuốn before that. Now, tip number 9. You use articles when you talk about specific things. For example, when you say, I have 3 books. So that means that you are talking about your books. So it is specific. And you will translate into Vietnamese by saying, tôi có 3 cuốn sách. So you say, cuốn sách. You don't say, tôi có 3 sách. You say, tôi có 3 cuốn sách. Okay, that's it for today. I hope the lesson is helpful for you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.